Hello everyone and thank you for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer and today we're going to be talking about how to fly in Legion, how to obtain Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2, because that's the thing that's happening very soon, so you gotta prepare your body and whatnot. I hope that you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to rate it thumbs up. As I'm sure you have heard by now, patch 7.2 will be bringing with it the Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 achievement, which, once completed, will allow players to use their flying mounts in Legion content. Now, part of that achievement is Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 1, which is already in the game right now. So if you have not started it or have not finished it, I would definitely recommend getting on that as soon as possible because it's pretty in-depth and it is a prerequisite. If you would like to track your progress towards earning flying in 7.2, head over to wowhead.com/flying to use their tracker progress tool thingamajig. There's a link in the info below. I'm not going to spend too much time on Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 1 in this video, but kind of to give you a TLDR of how to get it, you will need to uncover all of the maps on the Broken Isles. You need to explore everything. You'll also need to do all of the main storylines for all of the different zones on the Broken Isles to earn Lore Master of Legion. You will need to become revered with the 6 main Legion factions, including the Nightfallen, the Valajar, the High Mountain Tribe, the Dreamweavers, the Quarterferondis, and the Wardens. And finally, you will need to do 100 world quests. So it's a lot, but a lot of these things will be earned just through regular gameplay, but some of them are a little tougher and will take a little more effort to complete those objectives. So in the info below, I have linked a guide of how to complete Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 1 for those of you who may have fallen behind, so yeah, you're welcome. Since we got Part 1 out of the way, let's talk a little bit about Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 and how you can earn it once patch 7.2 goes live. Now, before I get into that, I do want to give you a little bit of backstory. If you are not aware, patch 7.2 is bringing with it an entirely new outdoor zone called the Broken Shore. This is an area where we're going to team up with the new faction, the Armies of Legionfall, to fight our way through the Legion and reach the Tomb of Sargeras, which is the new raid. Now, while we do that, we will be advancing our Order Hall campaign, and we'll also be working on a whole new Broken Shore Legionfall quest campaign. In addition to all of that, we'll also be fighting off the Legion in various areas of the Broken Isles while they invade. This is very, very similar to the Legion invasions that happened back at the beginning of, it would have been patch 7.0 right before Legion came out, only this time it's in the Broken Isles instead of Old World Azeroth. There's also a little bit more to Legion invasions this time because once you've fended off the troops or whatever from the ground, you will be ported up to the sky to complete a 3-player scenario where you fight the Legion in their giant floating spaceship things. So those are all things you kind of need to know. So now you know them. Good for you. Now that everyone's on the same page about what's happening in 7.2, I think a lot of the stuff I'm going to tell you that's required for Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 is not going to be very surprising to you. Much like Part 1, exploration is an important part of this achievement, so you will need to explore the Broken Shore and uncover all of the areas of the map. You'll also need to do all of the outdoor content, so you'll need to finish the Broken Shore quest campaign, and you'll also need to become exalted with the new faction, the Armies of Legionfall. Finally, the last thing you will need to do to earn Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 is complete an invasion in each one of the zones of the Broken Isles. Once you've completed the Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 achievement, you will be able to use your flying mounts in Legion content, and probably the best part about all of this is that it is both an account-wide achievement and an account-wide reward, meaning that you can work on the achievement on multiple characters within reason, and you can also fly on all of your characters in Legion content once you've earned the achievement. In addition to being able to fly in Legion content, once you finish Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2, as well as all of your class Order Hall campaign in 7.2, you'll unlock a special class flying mount. All of these mounts are totally epic, and they have custom summon and dismiss spells. They come in a variety of colors to suit different specs and races. Some of them have really cool trailing effects and footprints. They're amazing. Check it out. data also suggests that each one of the class mounts will have a pet associated with it as well. So far we've found Banlu for monks, 3 different whelplings for death knights, 1 for each spec, and Crackers the parrot for outlaw rogues. In addition to all of that, hunters who complete Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 will also earn the ability to tame beasts with wings, like griffins and wyverns. All in all, Part 2 of Broken Isles Pathfinder is significantly less daunting than Part 1, and luckily we've had a lot of time to get Part 1 done. Even if you've fallen behind, you still have plenty of time to catch up, so don't stress out too much, because most of the objectives for Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 1 can be earned through regular gameplay, and the stuff that's a little tougher can be made less challenging by utilizing resources and doing a little bit of research. So if you are still working on Part 1 and you need a bit of help, I have a guide linked in the info below. And that's all I got for you guys, but I would love to hear what you think. Have you already earned Part 1? Did you think it was too challenging, not challenging enough? Do you love your class mount? Do you hate your class mount? Which one is your favorite? Do you think Part 2 is too challenging, not challenging enough? I want to know all the things. Let me know all the things in the comments section below. I am going to take off. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I love you all. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.